On behalf of the University of Strathclyde, I would like to welcome you all to the Barony Hall for this congregation for the conferment of degrees. This is a day of celebration for you, our graduates, and your families and friends, and the staff of the university. These events are sometimes known as commencement ceremonies, as a signal that they mark a beginning rather than the end. And it's in this spirit that we celebrate graduations here at Strathclyde. In a few moments, it will be my privilege to cap each graduate. The capping ceremony has ancient roots as a public rite of passage. It's a sign for our graduates they're part of a proud tradition of world-changing scholars at Strathclyde, stretching back to the Scottish Enlightenment. I hope you enjoy the ceremony. I now declare this congregation open and invite Professor Matt Smith to introduce our students.
My Lord and Chancellor, in the name of the University and by the authority of Senate, I present to you these students. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy for Research in Education, Frank Aubin Mtengombe. For Research in Social Policy, James Matthew Davies. For Research in Social Work, Nazira Binti Hassan. For Research in Sociology, Thomas James Kane. Kyle Ross Mitchell. For the degree of Doctor of Education, Mark John Gillespie. For the degree of Master of Science in Education Studies, Ala Maka Ali Al-Kahari. Sarah Louise Hodson. Shin Ouyang. Zhao Lin Chuan. In Safety and Risk Management, Catherine Camilleri. For the degree of Master of Education in Early Years Pedagogue, Louise Bremner. Elaine Quinn. In Education Studies, Clark Burrell. Sharon Elizabeth Glass. Pauline Grossans. Hasiba Jawad. Louise McDonald. Frances Hillary McFarnan. Heather Nisbet. Victoria Jane Oliphant. Damian Thomas Waters. In educational leadership, Dominic Kennedy. In inclusive education, Karen Elrick. Angela Rose Gallagher. Andrew Stephen Lang. Lynn McDougall McCarthy. In management and leadership in education, Christopher William Collins. Katrina Collette Kirk. Christopher Gordon McKenzie. Ian Moore. Stephanie Ann Robertson. For the degree of Bachelor of Education in Primary Education, Louise Ann Todd. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Education and History, Yvonne Elizabeth Andrew. In Education and Politics and International Relations, Amy Elizabeth Smith. Stephanie Travers. Joanna Rebecca Alice Murray. In Education and Psychology, Kirsten Mary Dewar. In Primary Education, Karen Aitken. Megan Banks. Sophie Catherine Caldwell. Heather Christine Campbell. Shannon Rose Clark. Abby Rachel Crew. Rebecca Donaldson. Gemma Louise Eslick. Melissa Gemmel. Kirsty Elizabeth Gervin. Lindsay Alexandra Greenshields. Robin Hastings. Kate Ann Hendry. Eleanor Hopkins. Alice Lillian Horn. Ellen Hutchison. Aaron Jameson. Nicola Jenkins. Claire Kelly. Ellis Kerr. Louisa Crabb. Hannah Leggett. Danielle Angela McAlpine. Sarah McDonald. Sinead McKenty. Samantha Emily McNeil. Megan Maria Martin. Jillian Rind. Alice Roper. Susanna Sharp. Rachel Smiley. Amy Thompson. Hannah Frances Tipping. Emma Jane Wengel. Catherine Rebecca White. Rebecca Bailey. Laura Sophie Bark. Paige Nicole Beatty. Carla Heather Beatty. Louis William Broadhurst. Erin Margaret Cairns. Amy Rachel Caldwell. Kirsty Ann Cameron. Michaela Dalgleish. Rebecca Drury. Eden Marnie Fleming. Connor Gerard Gehagen. Christy Glasheen. Hannah Hall. Lucy Kate Harris. Rebecca Elizabeth Ann Harrison. Kirsty Hay. Claire Holland. Kiva Hughes. Sumaya Kausar. Lindsay Kay. Emma Caldwell Lindsay. Lee McCall. Morven Ann McCall. Wayne McCutcheon. Jamie McDonald. Katie McGrath. Lisa McGuigan. Fraser McKechnie. Alice McKenzie. Chloe McPhee. Danielle McPherson. Sophie Manny. Victoria Moore. Lisa Jane Morgan. Julia Jane Muir. Victoria Muir. Amber Nickel. Darren Greg O'Hanlon. Kelly Patterson. Rebecca Ann Payton. Leanne Purdy. Nicola Queen. Lisa Claire Riley. Katie Rintoul. Julia Emma Stephanie Robinson. Andrew Shanks. Lauren Rebecca Smith. Molly Victoria Stewart. Alexandria Adrienne Tattersall. Laura Taylor. Sophie Isabella Thorburn. Amy Sylvia Tolland. Leila Zaino Tosanuglu. Stephanie Veach. Kieran Andrew Rice Waddell. Jody Walker. Kirsty Wallace. Colette Wilson. Mark James Wilson. Megan Christie. Louise Clark. Anthony Clemente. Samantha Jane Donnelly. Laura Christina Finnegan. Natasha Maria Giuliani. Eden Isabel Johnson. Chloe Louise Kinlock. Sarah Louise McCallion. Fraser Wright McDonald. Rachel Louise McIntyre. Sarah Ann Mackay. Mary McMillan. Zainab Mahmood. Caitlin Scott. Patricia Slater. Katie Shona Wilson. Nicholas Daly. Megan Gilliland. In social work, Haley Campbell. Rebecca Dolan. Jessica Foreman. Catherine Margaret Gray. Lauren Blythe McCann. Neve Catherine Mackay. Maureen McLennan. Friederike Quisk. Raquel Cabrani Fernandez. Holly Sweet Jane McLaughlin. Ashley Lynn Robertson. Kelly Marie Janice Smith. Nicole Stevenson. Amy Elizabeth Stewart. In Education and Social Services, Allison Kennedy. Mark Brownlee. Samantha Kelly. Dagmara Crystal. Robin McDougall. Linda Railton. Rachel Robertson. Stacy Marie Savage. Nicholas Green. Allison Marie Anderson. Samantha Delagan. Demi J. Goodwin. Rachel McInnes. Carrie McClay. Shannon Elizabeth Morrison. Nicole Murphy. Leslie Ann Patterson. Laura Woods. Nicole Kershaw. Claire Galloway. Kirsty Lafferty. Lara McKenzie. Adele McSorley. Cara May Nairn. Joseph Peter William Lanigan Whitelaw. In Humanities and Social Sciences, Ellis Lee Farmer. Alana Helen McCardle. Claire Elizabeth Morris.
Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, but most of all, our graduates, as we can now call you, it's a real pleasure to welcome you here to the Barony Hall, one of the jewels in Strathclyde's crown. I'd like to begin my address today by congratulating you, our graduates, once again on your academic achievement. Your hard work has paid off, and it's been recognised in front of families, friends, and the staff who taught and supported you during your time here. We know just how much work you've put in to be here, and you can all feel justifiably proud. The great American athlete Jesse Owens once said, "We all have dreams, but in order to make dreams come into reality, it takes an awful lot of determination, dedication, self-discipline, and effort." All of you here today have displayed determination, dedication, self-discipline, and effort. All of you have taken a huge step towards realizing your dreams. And today, in these magnificent surroundings, we celebrate your achievements. Well done. Yes, it was that good. Well, in just a few minutes' time, you'll be asked to join the academic procession as it makes its way down the aisle. This invitation symbolises the fact you're no longer students, but full members of the academic community of Strathclyde. This is an important moment for all of you. The class of 2018 is graduating at a time of considerable global change, here in Scotland, in the UK, and internationally. There's no question big challenges lie ahead for us all, but as members of the Strathclyde family, you belong to a large and ever-growing worldwide community with a shared ethos of tolerance and understanding and a desire to make a positive difference. Whatever dreams you're pursuing in life, remember that you possess the most valuable assets anyone can have in today's world: knowledge, the ability to innovate, and the capacity to use your talents for the good of society. As graduates of a social progressive university, you have a competitive advantage, having been equipped with the skills, the know-how, and life experiences to positively influence and shape the world around you. In Scotland, we're fortunate in having a higher education system which is the envy of the world. Our country rightly invests in education for all. Education broadens the mind, it creates opportunities for individuals and for societies, and as Strathclyders, we carry a sense of duty to use what we've learned wisely and for the good of others. The desire to make a positive impact in the world comes naturally to graduates of this university. We only have to look at the achievements of those who've gone before us for inspiration. To John Anderson, our founder, who established this university for the good of mankind. To George Birkbeck, who introduced free classes in mechanics for Glasgow's tradesmen. To the world's first oilman, James Paraffin Young. To the missionary and explorer, David Livingstone. To John Logie Baird and Lord Reith, whose work in television brought us visual marvels that they could hardly have dreamed of. To the present day, we look to Dame Eilish Angiolini, a pioneer in Scottish justice, as the country's first female Solicitor General and later its first female Lord Advocate. And to Sir Tom Hunter, one of the most successful entrepreneurs in Scottish history and a philanthropist who's used his wealth to the great benefit of others. Now, I'm sure you will have received a lot of advice on how to make the best of your lives. Some of it you will rightly ignore. Some might stick with you, but you know, most of it you're going to have to learn for yourself. Robert Louis Stevenson put it well when he said, "Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds that you plant." To reach this point in your lives today, each of you will have traveled a different journey. For some, the path will have been relatively easy, for others, more difficult. But I'm certain of one thing: none of you would be here without the active support of your family and friends. They've picked you up when you've been down, they've encouraged you when you needed it, and they're here today to support you once again, proudly watching as you cross the stage with broad smiles and the odd tear in their eye. And they're celebrating today, not just because you're almost off the payroll, but bear that in mind, but because you carry with you their hopes and dreams, their confidence that you can make this a better world. For the past hour or so, their applause has rung in your ears. I'd like now to invite our graduates to show their appreciation for the support of their family and friends. Now, we will actively keep in touch with all of you through our alumni and communication teams. And I would ask you too, please keep in touch with us. We'd love to hear about your achievements as you progress through your lives and careers, and we look forward to hearing from you again. The advice and guidance given by our alumni helped to provide the first-class education and student experience you all had at Strathclyde. I now ask that you think of those who follow in your footsteps. I touched earlier on some of the key figures who've helped create the University of Strathclyde. You can tell a lot about the values of an organisation by looking at its roots. Strathclyde traces its lineage back to 1796, when Anderson brought it into being. It was the only Scottish university founded in the Enlightenment and embodying Enlightenment principles of reason, tolerance, and equality. Anderson believed in useful learning, and his commitment to taking knowledge and using it for the greater good is the motivating force which gives Strathclyde its momentum today. It could be seen in our business school, named Business School of the Year in the prestigious UK-wide Times Higher Education Awards in 2016. It can be seen in our Advanced Forming Research Centre, which sets new standards in design and manufacturing and which has more than doubled in size to meet industry demand. It can be seen in our £89 million Technology and Innovation Centre, which is transforming the way academics collaborate with business, industry and the public sector to bring global competitive advantage to Scotland. TIC, as it's fondly known, is a tangible sign of the university's commitment to world-class research and ensuring outcomes that have maximum benefit to society and to the economy. And these represent just a small sample of the many innovative projects and initiatives led by our world-class academic and professional services colleagues who are taking new knowledge and using it to solve problems in industry, the classroom and boardrooms. And I'm especially pleased that we're developing our campus to enable us to do even more. Our business school's flagship building has been transformed with a £23.2 million investment. Work is underway on a £60 million teaching and learning hub, and our new £31 million Strathclyde Sport Building will open in the new semester. All in all, we're investing £650 million in our estate over a decade. And so too has it been a year to celebrate for the faculty. Professor Sir John Curtis, Government and Public Policy, was knighted in the 2018 New Year Honours List. He also received the Lord Deering Lifetime Achievement Award and the 2017 Times Higher Education Awards. The Confucius Institute for Scotland's Schools was appointed a Model Confucius Institute by Hanban, the headquarters of the institutes worldwide. It's one of only 40 institutes out of a total of more than 500 to have been conferred this status, which confirms it as a world leader in the teaching of Chinese language and culture. And Professor David Kinloch in Humanities was shortlisted in the Poetry Book of the Year category in the Saltire Literary Awards for his collection In Search of Dusty Foot. The MCR Pathways programme, in which Strathclyde's a partner, received the People Make Glasgow Award and the Inspiring City Awards. This venture provides mentors to pupils who have experience of the care system. And Dr. Elspeth Jadelski and Caroline Verdier, both in Humanities, received Scottish Government Arts and Humanities Award through the Royal Society of Edinburgh. And Dr. Lucas Rickert in History attended the Scottish Crucible, a programme which brings together 30 of the most highly promising science, social science, humanities, and art researchers in Scotland. That is why our graduates are so highly prized by companies looking to recruit the best talent to drive their businesses forward. That's why world-class companies like Rolls-Royce, GSK, Boeing are investing in Strathclyde. That is why we're leading research in energy, health, manufacturing, and technology. And our success is in no small part due to the collective talent, effort, and commitment of our staff, the 3,200 colleagues who are pulling together to deliver one vision, a leading international technological university. Like me, they are very proud of your achievements. I know that the class of 2018 will demonstrate the power of useful learning. I know you will make your dreams a reality, and I know you will make a difference to the world in which we all live. Thank you. I now declare closed this congregation for the conferment of degrees. I'd like to invite our graduates to join the academic procession. Would family and friends please stay behind until the procession has left the building, and then please do join us in the Lord Todd building for refreshments. Please be upstanding.